welcome to another episode of the Reluctant Adult Podcast. My name is Paul, and I am joined, as always, by the man who wants you to like, share, and leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Bill!
Hi, everyone. I would greatly appreciate that. I really would.
You know, we've hit sort of a plateau in terms of downloads of the actual podcast, and it's a fine number. The thing with podcast is, unless somebody specifically comes out and says this is how many people download our show, there's really no way to know. That's not like a shared statistic. Like on YouTube, you can go and they have like the number, so you can like, oh, this video got like 50,000 views. Like that's it lets you like in your mind, you'd be like, well, this is something that's attainable or not. With podcasts, we don't really know. Like how many, like if this is like our download number is a good number. It's good for us. That seems like a lot of people listening to us every week. But if we could improve that number, I think we should try. Like everyone that's listening probably has a friend that also collects toys. So maybe you could go to your friend and be like, hey, you like toys? You have ears, you have the internet. Why don't you give these guys a listen? See if you can go out there and make some new fans for us. It would be great if there were twice as many people listening. Sure. I think that's attainable. I don't see any reason why. Right. This is all to say, we love our fans. We just wish there were more of them. We have so much love to go around. We just want to
multiply like a gremlin, fans.
Please
multiply.
Please
eat after midnight.
Eat. That's our tagline this week.
Spill some water on yourself.
Yeah.
Whatever you need to do.
No, we don't need you to become a gremlin. Stay cute, Mogwai. No. Just multiply. I would love to see a movie where they really test the 3 rules and have a drop of water. Like just like keep dropping on the same Mogwai and see if like it like at some point it stops replicating, or like it's almost like inbreeding at a point, like the Mogwai get real dumb after a few generations. I'd like someone to go down that road. I just think that's interesting.
Some more Mogwai science.
Mm-hmm. So speaking about movies that came out in 1984, Hasbro announced this week, barely, there was no pomp and circumstance.
No fanfare with this one.
Nothing surrounding this drop it seems like a big deal. It's already sold out. I don't know if it's available elsewhere.
Is it? That's silly.
The Neutrona Wand, based on the 84 movie.
The one we all wanted.
This is what we wanted from the beginning. In conjunction with Afterlife, Hasbro put out the Spangler Neutrona Wand that looks like the one in Afterlife. It has the green like wrapping tape around it, the handle, the wooden grip. Mm-hmm. So Hasbro took that mold. They just took off the bibs and bobs that were new, and they're releasing it as the 84 Neutrona Wand on Hasbro Pulse. And as I look at it today, it is sold out. Now, I don't know if they're going to get more. I don't know if they are sending this to like Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store. That's what they did with the original one. But with the original one, we didn't know for sure that they were going to do a proton pack, because the proton pack ended up being a HasLab. Do we think that there will be an 84 proton pack HasLab to go along with the 84 Neutrona Wand?
I'm going to have to say yes. 100%.
I think 100%, yeah. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, we got a new trailer. We got a couple new trailers.
We did.
Man, those international trailers, they just like to give away the whole movie. They don't even care.
I don't even know.
20 minutes of footage.
Completely different trailers, in my opinion.
I mean, 100%. It was the whole movie. I mean, we saw the villain. I imagine that they defeat the villain. They didn't show, like, if any characters die. Like, I think that is definitely a possibility, but we don't know.
Oh, sure.
Maybe not. Maybe they keep them around. Maybe they had so much fun making the movie. They're like, let's do another one. Why not?
Let's keep going. But it looks fun. It looks good.
It looks so much fun. I'm so excited. So excited. My wife had never seen Afterlife, and finally last night we put it on, and the older kid came out because he couldn't sleep. And we're like, you can stay out here, but we're watching Ghostbusters. Hide your face. Like the very first time that Paul Rudd gets the trap open and the terror dog comes out, like the spirit of terror dog, he looks at that. He was freaked out.
Oh no!
Like I mean, that's probably the scariest thing that happened in the movie. There's not like a ton of jump scares.
No, there's not.
But my wife was cracking up at the Walmart scene with the mini puffs. She was cracking up. She loved it so much. I was like, this is great. I enjoyed it. I didn't laugh out loud, but I enjoy them. So it's great that this is hitting a home run with you. Bill, you ordered the Masters of the Universe Eternia playset from Mattel Creations. Did you get your shipping notification?
Not yet.
No? Okay. Well, people have been getting their shipping notification, and somebody, I think it's Preternia on Twitter, already got the box, and this thing is friggin' huge. Oh, it is so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. That's what she said.
I'm scared.
In one of the Facebook groups posted, they got the shipping notice and that they were concerned. And I said, well, didn't you have to prepay for this when you made the order? And I was like, what are you worried about? Well, now he didn't think about where he was going to hide it from his girlfriend or wife. Is that your concern now when the box shows up? Like, how do I break the news?
I mean, I just better come on a day where I'm here and the wife's not, or vice versa,
you can intercept it.
Yeah, I've never had any luck with a single HasLab or anything else that's at a large scale where it comes directly to me. She sees them first. I think when I got the sail barge, we were driving home and the delivery person was literally putting it on our front step, and my wife was like, "What is that?" Because that was person-sized. That box is huge.
That's what she said. We don't have any problem promoting other podcasts on this podcast. I listened to Adventures Collecting. They had the VP of Marketing for Jada Toys on their show recently, and I thought that was a very interesting interview because I didn't really know the history of Jada Toys, but they started out doing die-cast cars. And then they're like, we want to do toys. We want to do action figures. Whoever owned them at the time was like, but then he sold them to this other company that's like an umbrella company that owns lots of different companies. And they were like, yeah, go for it. They had to just strike out and find some company that would allow them to make toys of their IP. And that's why the first toys from Jada were those Universal monsters and then the cereal mascots, because that's all they could get. They had to prove themselves. So if you thought that was a weird first line of toys, it was weird because people weren't banging down their door to give them their properties. They had to prove themselves, and they did. They made good toys, and that's how they got the Street Fighter license. They have Mega Man. We've talked about how we really like their stuff. We could see them. We talked about Super 7 and Disney having a falling out. Maybe. That's right. Maybe you could do this. I put that on their Facebook or on their Instagram. Please do The Simpsons. I think you could do a really good job doing the smaller scale that matches with World of Springfield. We made a new friend this week, a new friend in the toy world. We talked about Mondo's Orko figure last week, and we posted those videos. And I tagged Mondo News on TikTok and Instagram. And they responded, but not only did they respond, they actually went and listened to our podcast and used that audio to make a separate video on their account.
Wonderful.
So, we were saying this social media manager did such a great job debuting that Orko figure. And we're like, give that guy a raise. Well, turns out it is not a guy. Her name is Alex. So, Alex, good job going the extra mile to use our audio. The quickness of the turnaround, while it's topical, just good work all around. So, we're excited to make new friends in the toy world. Especially people that may have access to samples. And if you would like to send us any free He-Man, What else does Mondo make? Those X-Men we were talking about? Love X-Men. X-Men. We will be happy to spotlight that anytime here on the critically acclaimed Reluctant Adult podcast. Just send us a message. You know how to contact us.
How about these turtles?
Oh my God, you got them. They're so squishy.
Oh, I love this one.
Gujitsu
has taken over my house.
I love them. This is Moose, right?
God. This is Moose.
Made by Moose. Yeah, so it's good quality.
Treasure X, Bluey, Gujitsu. It's all in the house.
Oh, they do Treasure X too? They're doing Turtles of that too. So they must have, they clearly got the Turtles license. Are we going to see Turtles versus Bluey?
Oh.
Could that happen?
So my wife was out with the kid yesterday, and she was like, he wants this. And I was like, I want this.
Yeah, I want this.
Find these for me. If Moose wants to send more Gujitsu to me, that's wonderful. The kids will enjoy it.
I'd like some Mikado if you're giving out free stuff.
Oh, sure. Have you seen that exclusive pack that they've done?
The 40th anniversary set?
Is it at Target?
The Turtles?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Turtles
with
and Shredder.
The cartoon colors. I love it.
Nice.
I need two because I want one just to keep in the box forever.
I saw that one
beautiful.
today.
Yeah, I love it.
So these Raph and Leo are out, and
nice.
I don't know. I can't get enough of Leo. Leo's got I don't know if he's filled or if it's just the texture of the body.
Yeah.
But it's just something very satisfying about it. I can't get enough of Leo. Leo's got I don't know if he's filled or if it's just the texture of the body. But it's just something very satisfying about it. It definitely is. No, it is. But there's just something a lot of fun just with the texture of this one. It's like pulling taffy. Right. Yeah. Sure. Right. Yeah. No. There is. I've got to pick him up.
You didn't want me when I was humpy. You don't get me when I'm a smaller hump. NECA teased a white robot arm. I guess it's the laboratory diorama. So I guess they're still moving forward with the other sewer diorama pieces, I guess.
That first set must have sold well enough.
Received
well enough. NECA's not a huge toy company, and they have the ability to make small batches of things through their manufacturers, I'd imagine.
I guess as long as they're not losing money. They put in the money to fabricate these other pieces. They have at least 3 in total for the sewer diorama. The kitchen, we know, and then Donatello's laboratory, which this seems like this is what it is. So it'll be interesting to see. I thought I heard that this one was going to be even more expensive than the living room because it has more stuff. It's not just the open space. We'll see how that goes. I also wonder if NECA would ever rerun that first one. I wonder that. I mean, they've done that a lot with their stuff.
Oh, they have.
They haven't done it yet with the turtle van, even though they made improvements to the design after pre-orders ended. Mm-hmm. I always thought they would open it again because it's we fixed the hump. It's maybe you want this now. But it's you didn't want me. Sorazoic Warriors. I'm a big fan of these. I always forget who makes them. It's either Boss Fight or the other one.
You got that one right the first time. It's Boss Fight.
Yay! Boss Fight.
Getting better.
Boss Fight put out pictures for Series 3. Series 2 is not shipped yet, but they're already showing off prototypes for Series 3. Some really fun, maybe the best figure of the line is in the set with the Samurai Velociraptor. Just absolutely crazy. It just looks so fun. Just looks fun.
We've had a pivot now, so they're less.
Yes.
They're less futuristic warrior, and then these there's some Asian inspired, martial arts inspired.
Martial arts, definitely, and then there's maybe a Viking inspired. The Brontosaurus or Brachiosaurus has a cape and a shield. And then there's one character that's an underwater modern futuristic warfare. So I don't know if this is introducing us to the different armies that exist in the Sorazoic battlefield. There's another Asian-inspired character that has Raiden's hat from Mortal Kombat, and it's a green pterodactyl-looking guy. And I said that this reminds me very much of the character from Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse.
Yeah, Terry.
the pterodactyl. Yeah. Just because they chose that color, the green, that's very similar.
I would definitely say that's the truth there.
There's another Asian-inspired character that has Raiden's hat from Mortal Kombat. And it's a green pterodactyl-looking guy.
Right.
I said that this reminds me very much of the character from Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse.
Yeah, Terry.
the pterodactyl. Yeah. Just because they chose that color, the green, that's very similar.
I would definitely say that's the truth there.
I don't know if it was intentional. You have to think that crossed somebody's mind where it's well, if we're going to do this, we might as well go all the way.
What color do you commonly think of before Jurassic Park, when you get those plastic dinosaurs, what color would the pterodactyl always be? Predominantly.
I would say green, like a lime
I would
green.
say green too. I'd say more consistently, and then the other one I was going to say is red.
Right. Well, I'm trying to think of the Dino Ranch. Did they make theirs green? Oh, there's the little one is purple. I feel like the big one that they did.
Did you ever buy any of those toys?
Yes.
I knew you wanted them.
Yeah, I got them on clearance.
Oh, congratulations.
And then they were at Ross during this Christmas rush, but I think I got a better price. Someone must have returned them, or they found them in the stockroom, because there were a couple at Target. And I keep meaning to scan it because I know it's going to come up not in the system, and I just wonder what they would do. Not that I need it. I just wonder like how they're going to live here forever. They can't get rid of them because they're not in the system. So I sent you this quote from Anthony Daniels referring to the Star Wars Hotel, the defunct Star Wars Hotel at Hollywood Studios. Yep. And his quote was, "Curiously, I was going to be in that hotel. I had shot a scene using motion capture. It was brilliant. But then, of course, they closed the hotel. People were speculating that, they were going to retheme it to the original trilogy. But, 3PO was there in the sequels. So I don't immediately jump to the conclusion that they were going to rebrand it. I just think they were going to include more stuff.
They're probably going to include him because, we all know that was the ship that Han and Leia had their honeymoon on and consummated their marriage. So maybe he was just there with them, picking up like their underwear as they were moving towards their cabin. I don't know.
But that happened in the past. Like, this ship is old.
Oh, it's old.
The timeline was still, we were in the sequels, like Kylo Ren.
I got you.
So it's like the history of the ship is like fun stuff happened in the past, but that's the past. We don't get to live through that. That's like if you look at the history book of the ship you're on. Like, that sounded like a great time. So I walk into Five Below. I see Tubbz, the cosplaying duck. I think these Tubbz are awesome. They have so many properties: Jurassic Park, Power Rangers, Turtles. If you look at them, you can go to the website. The design, the sculpt is so intricate. It could be as easy as just painting them the colors of the characters, but no, they pose them. They have the turtles holding their weapons. Donatello's holding the shell comm. I will go out on a limb and say that the designs for Tubbz are better than the designs for Funko Pops. They are so good. I just think they're great. It's like, I don't want to pay $20 for a rubber duck. And if it's like a set of 4 like Turtles or a set of 5 like Power Rangers, it adds up quickly. Walking to Five Below, mini Tubbz, $5, and they had Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I think this is beautiful. They had the Grinch. They had one of the minions from Despicable Me. They had Sonic.
We had Bruce the Shark. Well, that was nice.
Oh, Bruce the Shark was great. Yeah. Yes. They actually make a jumbo size version of Bruce the Shark. Oh. And it's very detailed. Again, just go check these out. I think these are amazing.
I like the Grinch. The Grinch was nice.
I think they're all really good. This is what I'm trying to say. They could cheap out and just do like a very plain design, but they don't. They put like extra effort into the sculpt, and I really appreciate that. Go follow Tubbz on social media. I saw that they gave a golden ducky award to Laura Legends. Hey, if Laura Legends likes it, it's got to be good, right?
Jeez. Right. Forgot Mario? No. Mario. How to Train Your Dragon. You want... Yes. It was like a tower. I forgot its name. You have to get the coins. Yes. No, because it's not going to open until like 20. It's like a countdown to the opening, which is in 2025. Right. So you're going to get coins. It's like collecting presidential quarters.
Fuck you, Disney. We're all about Universal here. My best story about getting some swag from Universal was when I worked at the news station. The news people would get stuff. They would get the swag because they would go and they would cover the opening of Halloween Horror Nights. So one of the things that they got was a branding iron in a wooden box with a bloody burlap sack wrapped around it. And it just said Halloween Horror Nights. And the news anchor did not want it. And she's like, "Do you want this?" I was like, "Yes, I do." So I had that for a long time, and I thought that was the coolest thing.
It's a weird promotion to give to a news anchor. Here's a bloody
but it's Halloween Horror Nights. That's the whole thing.
I get
it's
that.
Creepy.
Yeah.
It's creepy. And then I sold it on eBay. Don't tell Sion. Shh, don't tell her.
I won't. Word.
She's in Texas now. She won't see this. Oh, I guess the internet. They have the internet everywhere. I forgot we're not doing cable access anymore. Damn it. Did you see this week that Larry David assaulted Elmo? I don't know how I feel about it, because I like Elmo. I don't think there's anyone that doesn't like Elmo. It's not like he assaulted Barney back when people were mad at Barney. But I also like Larry David, so I'm like, I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel.
Elmo got on social media and asked everybody how they were doing on Twitter.
Everybody unloaded.
They're
like,
did.
Not great. We're not doing great, Elmo. They just kicked me out of my improv group. I'm not doing great. The Today Show invited him over, and they're like, mental health, a big deal. And Elmo's like, yeah, I know. Elmo's done. They go to weather. So Larry didn't know that they would cut back to him. So he comes out, and he doesn't choke the puppeteer. He chokes fucking Elmo. He gives him the iron claw right over those ping pong ball eyes. You know, usually it's like he unintentionally does something. Right. But this was very intentional.
Oh, it was.
He wanted to choke out Elmo. He wanted to choke out Elmo.
Throttled him so hard.
He just was like, ah. I mean, I don't know what he's like in real life, but the character of Larry David seems like he could use some mental health. Like, he should be pro mental health. So, like, the fact that he was like, I can't hear this anymore. It's like, you're the one that Elmo's talking to.
People are getting that Dune popcorn bucket. And I must just be, it's big. I'm blanking on like why the Dune popcorn bucket is so big, but then I'm like, oh, it's a popcorn bucket. So the first image we saw of it, it looked like it was almost just like the cap of like a soda.
That's 100% what I was thinking in my head.
And I was like, it's very slim. And then people are unboxing it. It's a legit like tin of wide pipe. It's big.
Yeah.
So now who's that big is going to be fitting in there, right?
No, it's too generous. I mean, what are we doing here? No, they probably had to make it that big. They're like, they like check Guinness
big in it.
World. Please. They check it the Guinness Book of World Records, and they're like, is anybody going to be able to misuse this? No, we're good. Okay, thank you. Just popcorn. Okay, fine. Yeah, it was on Jimmy Kimmel, and I was like, what is going on?
Was it on Kimmel? Okay,
crazy.
I think someone else got one sent to them.
Having everybody share it. Is that Regal or AMC?
AMC.
Yeah, AMC does. They know what they're doing. That's where we got the Ecto 1 last year. Right. They confirmed the trap as this year's.
I don't know if they've confirmed
popcorn.
I don't know. I haven't gotten a popcorn bucket in a number of months.
You got the Barbie one.
Was the Barbie
last one?
Yeah,
that was a good one. I can't believe what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it. Wait till the end of the video to see if you agree. We like to go to Goodwill. You never know. There's no way to know. No. It's the most random thing you can do in terms of toy collecting. I went yesterday, I did my usual loop around that one section, and I saw a Funko Pop box, which is not unusual. You see these donated from time to time, and usually like they're not like cheap enough that it's worth it. Yeah. So I see this pop, I take a look at it, and I notice the name is Elijah. And I'm like running through my Rolodex in my head. I'm like, Elijah Wood? Elijah, like, is that a biblical name? Like, who is this? I take a closer look at it. The hair is a separate piece. It's like coming off. So it looks like he has like 5 heads. And then I realize this is one of those custom go pop yourself figures. So somebody went through the trouble of either going through the website or back when you had to visit Funko headquarters in Seattle or wherever else, California. And then he's like, I don't need this anymore. He just gave
I'm thinking about it. Maybe he didn't need it. Maybe he did, but the girlfriend or significant other that he gave it to was like, I ain't with this guy anymore. Get out of here, Elijah.
You think Elijah gave a pop of himself as a gift to somebody else?
You and your 5 head? Yeah, I think so.
That's a terrible gift. I could see giving a pop of someone else to them, but a pop of yourself as a gift, that's I need to meet this Elijah guy if that's how he thinks. Last year, Royal Rumble, Cody Rhodes, you remember him, right? He was in AEW. He came over to WWE. People love him. He won the Rumble. He's going to finish the story. He's going to win the championship, something his dad, the American Dream, never did. Goes to WrestleMania against Roman Reigns, loses. Everyone dejected. They fully expected Cody Rhodes to win the championship at WrestleMania last year. This year's Royal Rumble. Cody Rhodes, back-to-back years winning the Rumble on the road to WrestleMania, finally going to finish the story this year. Everyone was like, finish the story. It's going to happen. The video game that's coming out has a finish the story mode. Everything is set up for Cody Rhodes to defeat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania to finish the story. But hold on. Who comes out on SmackDown but The Rock? You remember The Rock. He's the guy that couldn't make it in Hollywood as Black Adam. He's the guy whose football league lost millions of dollars. So what does The Rock do? He comes back to his safe space, professional wrestling. During the actor strike, couldn't act. Might as well come home, make some money, get a cheap pop, pump up the old self-confidence a little bit. Maybe it's a little shaky. So everybody loved to see The Rock back a couple months ago during the actor strike. But now, Cody Rhodes, he says to Roman Reigns, I don't have to beat you at WrestleMania. The Rock is going to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania instead of Cody. Cody gave away his shot. He gave away the one thing that you want to have as a professional wrestler. Nobody's buying this. Everybody is so mad at WWE. If you look at the video of this clip, it has the most dislikes of any video in the history of videos posted by WWE. Nobody is happy. It makes no sense, and it stinks. Because everyone can relate to somebody coming in and taking what should be yours. You put in all the hard work, the boss's son comes and takes the promotion. We can all relate to how Cody Rhodes feels. And you know what? We watch wrestling for an escape from reality. We don't need this kind of in our escapism. I want to see Cody Rhodes finish the story. I don't want to see The Rock. I'm sick of The Rock. Get out of here. Nobody likes you, Rock. It's in his contract. Nobody beats The Rock. As the winner of the Royal Rumble, you get to choose which champion you want to face. And it is confusing. And he says to Roman Reigns, I'm going to beat you, but it's not going to be at WrestleMania. What you won is the opportunity to face the champion at WrestleMania. That's what you can do, saying, I'm going to face you some other time. Well, you didn't win the right to say you're going to face him whenever. You didn't win Money in the Bank. If you look at Cody Rhodes' face, you could see the life drain out of his face. And it wasn't an act. It wasn't his character. It was man's real life, his dreams. Almost there. He could touch them. And they were just gone. Because The Rock was like, I can make more money. I'm a bigger guy. And this is the same exact thing that happened to CM Punk when Punk was supposed to main event WrestleMania. The Rock came back and he's like, no, I'm going to fight John Cena in the main event. And Punk told Cody that this is what was going to happen. They're like, they'll give you the cover of the video game, but you're never going to be the guy. And now I think it's sinking in. Cody Rhodes, he's never going to be the guy. You can give away all the tickets you want to fans. You can make all the tweets. But at the end of the day, now you got The Rock as part of the board. The Rock's never going to let you eclipse him. He's The Rock. Last week, we teased that Moose was kind enough to send us some new Bluey toys to take a look at, to share with our kids, because we love Bluey. Let's get into it. What do we got going on for Bluey?
The one thing that we knew that we were going to receive from Moose was the Bluey fire truck.
Nice.
And we can just do this right now. I did play with this.
Yep, me too.
From the wonderful Bob Bilby episode. And in the episode, it's just a photo.
Bluey and Bingo are children.
Correct.
Why are they manning a fire truck? Like, I know it's Australia and the rules are a little different.
This to me is such a deep cut. Their father's friend, who's a firefighter, came over with the fire truck and they got to sit in it. And that was the adventure.
So that's cool that they didn't just like fabricate. They're like, we want to do a vehicle. Let's just make something up. But it technically appears in the Bluey, the Blueiverse. The Blueiverse.
Right. The Blueiverse. And then to go with my pile of Blueys, you get Bluey. And you get Bob Bilby, and Bob Bilby was actually Bingo's classroom mascot to go on adventures with.
Is Bluey the most popular character in the show?
I feel like there are episodes where they focus on other characters.
But is it like The Simpsons, where it started out where Bart was the main character, and then it shifted to Homer?
That's a good question. It's
like the parents seem to be beloved.
It's remained so consistent throughout, like even at the beginning, like it hasn't skipped a beat that... I can't say that there was like a dramatic shift. I think just as the show progressed, as other characters were introduced, they felt safe enough to focus like a whole episode on just one character that might be completely unrelated to Bluey.
Okay, fair enough.
Like they have a whole episode where it's where it's the mother's sister comes to visit, and she's sad because the mother has kids and she doesn't, and then you find out that she can't have kids.
Oh my god, that's right. I've heard of this episode. Right. I think there was a whole TikTok theme around people like watching this and realizing
everyone just like crying, like
yeah. Damn. We have Baby Bluey, which is fantastic. I love when they make baby versions, like Muppet Babies, my favorite thing.
Mommy Chili.
And then the aliens? What is? You gotta explain this one to me.
It's one of the school episodes, and some of the kids are playing like Spaceman, and then I think it had something to do with like separation from your parents in daycare, like how you react, like the loss of missing them.
Sure.
And then the aliens just show up because they're spacemen. Spacemen go to the moon, or they go to the planet, and then Bluey and Chloe are dressed up like aliens. Oh, that's the wrong one. There it is. What do you got there?
Well, we showed these off last week, but I love.
We did. They're tremendous.
And there's Baby Bluey and Chef Bingo. These are just.
I can finally stop withholding these from my kids.
I love them.
Children.
They're just the best. They're so fun. I gotta grab these when I see them. They're so fun.
Baby Bluey's hilarious because of the changing feature. Like you can just pretend.
Take the diaper off.
Yeah.
You gotta snip the front if you really want, because it's a separate piece, but it's tied in.
Oh, it's sewed in.
Yeah, it's sewed in because like you don't really want to take that off. You're gonna keep that on. It's just a fun little squish.
You know what they don't have a lot of though, and they can bring back is Beetle Juice items.
Hey, we got the name for the sequel.
Beetle Juice.
Beetle Juice. Which I think that's clever, because then if they do a third one...
That's clever enough, yeah, sure.
They didn't put like a 2 in it, like they do sometimes.
I hate when they put a 2 for like... Yeah, I just don't like it.
Beetle
Juice. So I picked this up last week, but I didn't get the opportunity to show it off. So, a lovely Kenner collector's case.
I got those. I didn't like the cartoon, but I had a couple of the toys.
Yeah. It came with some toys.
Oh, it came with them. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what I didn't like about the toys, is that there wasn't one plain Beetlejuice your hero
like to have
figure.
One represented figure.
I like the one like generic as all
That's
hell.
enough for you.
Yeah,
and
that's what I want.
You could have grabbed this one and then grabbed this one.
What?
And then just said,
"Look at that!"
Right before your very eyes.
Wow. Honestly, that makes me want to go get those, because that's perfect. That's what I wanted.
That's what you wanted, right?
All right, Bill. Anything else for this big week?
I can't think of anything.
All right, very good. All right, everybody. Yeah. Well, you know what we say? We don't want to grow up, but we already did. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, everyone.